Hot Toys Axe Woves, important or only necessary for completionists? I want to ask you guys this very pivotal question because Axe Wolves is a character that I don't know that a lot of people expected to actually exist in figure form. I sure didn't. Sure, Black Series, something like that. But I didn't think that Hot Toys was actually going to make this guy because I was like, do enough people care about Axe Wolves to drop 235, 270? I thought it would be 275 because it'd have a head sculpt. It ended up not having a head sculpt. I still maintain the conspiracy theory because Hot Toys knew that if you put an Axe Wolves head sculpt on this guy, you're going to have to charge maybe 275, 280. And at that point, that $45 to $50 difference is going to be the breaking point for a lot of people where you're going to be like, I don't really need an Axe Wolves. But at 235, I'll take another Deathwatch Mando. That's pretty much what you did here. So I think that's kind of why they chose to go that route. So Marco, I want to jump to you. I want to ask you, is it important or only necessary for a completionist? Because you can see people who want to complete sort of the Mando line that have Bo-Katan and Casca and Axe, and that would be a pretty cool display. But I'd be willing to bet for most people, he's probably not in a higher level tier. So what do you think?
Yeah, this one is absolutely only for completionists. Will, I think your point about the head sculpt, right on, because that's kind of the fine line between how the community perceives a bargain versus like a bargain bin figure that will sit. If it was $40 more, absolutely would be sitting. The only reason this guy exists is because he's a repainted Deathwatch Mando with, some alterations on the boots or whatnot. So yeah, I think it's just one of those releases that it was low hanging fruit for Hot Toys. Obviously, they're creating the two other characters who I'm very interested in getting, honestly, because of the head sculpts. Because one of the head sculpts looks really great, and then Bo-Katan looks questionable, but the rest of the figure looks pretty nice. So yeah, I think, again, if you want to use a tiered system, prioritize this for yourself. But at the end of the day, you'll probably, if you get this and you're not like a hardcore Star Wars fan or a hardcore Mandalorian fan, you probably will. This will be an excess one in your collection. And I will mention, we may talk about this. That The Mandalorian's coming back next season, right? Or in a few months, it'll be back on.
March.
Yeah, there you go. So in March. And so there's going to be a whole cast of characters and more figures. And so, obviously this is something you got to be aware of to be patient. And I wouldn't be shocked if this guy goes bargain bin as well and he goes, 150. So definitely only for completionists.
Yeah, I'm with you. And the figure looks cool, Marco. I think we both agree on that. It's just a cool looking figure, but is it essential for most people in a market that is very full of good options right now? So
Absolutely.
So that's why I think the completionist thing comes into play, where you feel like you need the three together or you need the Mando display together. So absolutely, man. So Riley, what about you, bro? How do you feel about this Axe Wolves? Is it important or only necessary for completionists? What's your overall thoughts?
I think I'm feeling more, like it is necessary for the more completionists, because I think that, personally, this is just going to look really awesome with your whole Mando collection, like you guys have said. I think that mainly Hot Toys did this probably because it was just so easy to produce. I mean, it was basically the Deathwatch Mandos just repainted. So I think that they're just like, okay, let's just get those, duplicate them, and change the paint. And there you go. And that's why it probably got released so early. Because I mean, I feel like this turnaround was really crazy. Like it really came around really fast. So that was good to see. But like you guys talked about, I think, this one to me is like you guys said, probably a tier 5 figure. Like it's okay. I wouldn't get it unless it's like heavily discounted, or I'm like you said, completing the Mando display, because a lot of people are doing that. I mean, there's a lot of Mando collectors out there. It's a super popular line, and I don't even know what the number is anymore because it's a really huge line. And season 3 is around the corner. You've got like 20 other variants. So I'm just personally waiting. I'm going to see how everything else looks, because we're going to see a lot of Mando announcements next year. I'll tell you that for sure. But it looks good though. But yeah, for me, I'm happy for people who are collecting this, because it did really turn out great for the turnaround time. And yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think so. And that's something I think that I guess I want people to, I like to promote anyway, to stop and sometimes think about it. Like, cause it's like, this is a really cool looking figure, but how much do you care about Axe Wolves? Because he was barely in the show at all. I mean, I think it's sometimes, like I said, it's cool to buy things for the look of the figure, but I think sometimes it's important to look at it and be like, do I really love this character? And right. I get it. Like, for example, if they made a Knight of Ren character, I'd probably buy it, right? Because I really love the sequel trilogy, and not exactly Last Jedi, but I really love the Knights of Ren and what they are to Kylo and that type of thing. So I get it. I understand where you guys are coming from, but I really like the Knights of Ren, and I just like their characterization. So anyway, or lack thereof at this point. But thanks so much, guys, for thoughts on that one. That's Axe Wolves for you.